All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. So we're going to be jumping into the middle of the draft here. We missed a little bit of the start, but not too big of a deal here. We see a PL ban coming from U of T this time, actually. They've been having the affinity for that PL last two games. Pick up the Omni Knight for themselves, another popular hero in the current meta. But UBC Esports, their team looks quite formidable with a lot of tankiness coming out from them. Three very tanky cores.
Yeah, this is interesting in that it has a lot more control than we've seen either of these teams draft heretofore as well, right? Dragon Knight, best level 1 stun in the game in terms of duration. Tiny, really good control, both in terms of the toss and in terms of the stun and in terms of the craggy exterior. Razor, it does not have a lot of control, but it utilizes control really well. Disruptor, with the glimpse, is able to really command team fights as well. On the other side, though, really not much of anything. There's a lot of corralling, but not a lot of straight up control.
Yeah, there's a few save potentially here with the Tusk Snowball and shards being used creatively. Omni Knight obviously a very annoying hero to deal with when they're trying to killing heroes. Timbersaw, another one that sometimes in the right situations looks like an invincible hero. Obviously picked up here going against two strength cores. Obviously that whatever his chainsaw ability is, getting the extra mileage against strength heroes thanks to the fact that it reduces the main attribute.
Yeah, and Ancient Apparition is a really good pick here because, as we mentioned, there is a lot of tank on these teams. They are, or on their opponent's team rather, they are very difficult to knock down. And because they are difficult to knock down, that obviously makes the percentage-based kill threshold coming out of Ancient Apparition very potent.
And it could shy away that Dragon Knight away from the armlet, which he usually likes to get. But against Ancient Apparition, might not be as smart of a thing to go for.
Yeah, Ogre Magi, another really tanky hero that has control. So we know what one trick pony the Dire side are willing to go for here.
Yeah, they're just gonna go club in here. They're just gonna go up to his enemy team and just outlast in team fights.
I don't want to brag, but my girlfriend just walked home from the movie theater and handed me a bucket of movie theater popcorn, so I'm ready to go for this game 3.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I could go for
Right?
it. Well, what did she watch? I actually am looking. I actually want to watch a movie.
I have no idea because I'm casting. I can't have a chat with her right now, dude. We've got things to do.
I'll just yell at her. She can just say one thing.
What did you watch? What? Phantom Thread.
Phantom Thur. I actually never heard of it. Maybe I should look it up.
Now my dog wants a piece of my popcorn. My life is falling apart. Golgi, save me. Let's get into this game.
I'll take the popcorn off your hands if you want to.
If you knew the dog, you'd want to take him off my hands.
Then I gotta go take it for a walk.
With you.
Is it a friendly dog? What kind of dog is it?
He's a very friendly hound mix.
There you go. There's no problem with that. My girlfriend loves dogs.
So today in Gorgon's life, we learned about his tub of popcorn, his dog, and his girlfriend's movie preferences. Let's move into the game number 3, and a pause is going to be here.
Oh, perfect. Hopefully not too long of a pause. Okay, just one AFK second, says the Bun Theory. So, should be getting this underway. Meanwhile, while we pause, actually we haven't actually had time to introduce his players to you guys. So, I can say the Toronto side here. We have Omni Knight, played by 1337. Techies, obviously, playing Never Techies, playing Queen of Pain this time. God's Gift to Woman on Timbersaw. Tusk, played by Potion 3-5. And finally, Alice on the Ancient Apparition.
All right, and here for UBC on the Dire side, we've got Heil doing the Electric Boogaloo on the Razor. CJ proving 2 heads are better than 1 on the Ogre Magi. Big Bun Theory is transforming on the Dragon Knight. Old Baby Wayne is rolling around on that stone that gathers no moss, the Tiny, and Cow is throwing us around with the Disruptor.
So, unfortunately, Techies did disconnect during that time. And a little funny chat going on when the UBC's player came back from the washroom. They said they're good to go, and then Toronto forgot the fact that their mid laner is also AFK right now.
Who even needs to be here, really? I mean, So isn't this just as good as watching Dota?
I mean, we can look at this cosmetics. That's like the reason to play Dota, right? Look at this Queen of Pain.
I knew you were going to go for the Queen of Pain.
Obviously,
Just
look
knew
at her like 3 polygons that's making her ass. My God, that looks horrifying.
Look at this ancient apparition though. It looks just like every other ancient apparition.
Oh my
And,
God, no cosmetics on the ancient apparition. How dare he?
I know, insulting, really. Are there ancient apparition
There's
cosmetics?
one immortal. There's one immortal that gives him the fancy ice blast.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So, not a lot of options.
No. And like that immortal is kind of expensive too. It's like $10 or something, just for a headpiece because it's only cosmetic available for AA.
My ice blast brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, "God damn, that's cold." And they're like, anyway.
I mean, that's the dream, right? It brings all the boys to the yard and they just clump up as 5.
That's right. Clumping boys up is ancient apparition's dream. You heard it here first, guys.
Oh yeah, yeah. Get that
Got
black
it.
hole going.
Yeah, on the West Coast, I should probably do the safe for work version of this broadcast. I popcorn.
If a fun fact, Gorgon gets drunk off popcorn apparently.
I do. It's all ethanol, right? It's all the same thing.
Oh, 1337 might get found here by the UBC crew. Gets slowed up by the Ignite here. And this might be an easy first blood. Big Bun Theory trying to make the gap close for the Dragon Tail. And that is going to be there. He gets surrounded. Lands a massive purification. But, oh my goodness. 56 damage stolen by Heil. He's going to take that last hit. No problem there. 281 gold going to his side.
Yeah, and that purification being only level 1, every single hero is basically going to be completely healed up by the time they're in lane. So yeah, that's a really good grab, and Razor is really good in Omni Knight for exactly that reason. There's really nothing an Omni Knight can do about it except try to run away.
Yeah, Omni Knight usually kind of a lane dominator, but he might have his work cut out for him against the Razor here. What do you think about this lane?
I think that the Razor should come in with advantage.
Yeah.
Especially with the Disruptor there as well. Omni Knight's going to have to be very choosy about when he uses his Repel to make sure that he isn't being glimpsed back into the Razor, because if he does get glimpsed back, it's pretty much dead.
Also, surprisingly, it's going with Timbersaw mid lane here, with the Techies and Queen of Pain going into aggressive tri-lane top.
That's fine. I mean, mechanically speaking, I would say that the Techies, who is playing Queen of Pain, as you mentioned, is probably their strongest player. So here's what they're actually doing. Okay, this makes more sense. They're rotating Techies down to deal with the Razor because he can do so without having to worry about the static link.
Yeah.
And then they're going to rotate the Timbersaw around to the top.
Oh, we want Ko actually gets found by the shards, completely blocked off there. There's I'm getting slowed down by the Ignite here. Hill is trying to get to him. He doesn't have the energy drain just yet. There's turns around with the purification. 2 more last attacks would do it for Hill. Do they have one more? The shards are there. That's going to get them in range to get the 1 melee hit up. Now Ellison very low life, but the Toronto players are wanting some revenge here. Purification comes out for more damage. CJ relentless with his clubbing. Gets the Ignite onto Ellison. Does he have the toss coming out as well? Ignite's going to probably take him down now. Yeah, the Tango not enough to regen him out of that range. Now 1337 dueling away with this DJ Aura, which is doing a lot of work. And a great shards. Protects Poison 3 to 5 for now. And the nice toss actually sends Omni Knight in there. Get in your corner and don't chase me anymore.
Yeah, that was a really fast rotation coming from the Razor as well. Unfortunately, though, it does put him pretty far behind where you would want a core to be. But I guess he is an off-lane Razor, so presumably he's planning on doing most of his damage just through static link, stealing damage in the mid-game anyway.
Yeah.
They do have a lot of stuns to set it up, so I don't think that he's looking to get too many items before he gets active. However, we have seen Techies as a player, the Queen of Pain, be extremely effective, and presumably that's why they rotated him down, for his mechanical skill, his ability to hopefully outlane this very rough combination.
Yeah, it is going to be a little hard for him, but he's doing fine on CS so far. 7 right now. Going against a dual lane, doing the best he can on the Queen of Pain. But the Thunder Strike is there, but the roll in from Poison 3 to 5 is going to be able to go on Ku here. The Blink is going to cancel that static link, and that's going to be the end of the engagement for now. Ko still ticking down slightly from that Poison Strike from Queen of Pain.
Yeah, not going to be enough in order to force him out of the lane, though. He does have a Tango. He does have a Clarity. He'll pop both and be sitting here ready. What they don't know, though, is that the Tusk is coming up behind Heil.
Yeah.
And they're going to make this move.
Yeah.
I don't think they can, though. And now position 3 and 5 has gotten himself in trouble because he's not going to be able to utilize this rotation effectively.
Yeah, Heil very scary to go into, especially with that unstable current. Not to be underestimated there with that slow and the damage. But going aggressive in the techies, there's going to be a snowball onto Heil just to kind of stop him. Do some damage there. Shadow Strike coming out as well. Techies taking the Thunder Strike damage. Heil uses his static link to get some damage of 3 and 5. He actually gets a decent bit of there. Very slow on the Tusk. But Techi's going in aggressively. Shadow Strike there as well. He's going to go down. He'll probably go down. No, a great deny from Ku. There's going to be the shards. Pushing 3 and 5 once in out of this. But Tusk, very low damage. Cancels Ku's TP. But he's supposed to walk under his tower. Meanwhile, in the top lane, I believe CJ find the A. Where was it? Oh, he was in the rune spot. And he takes his rune as well. Insult to injury.
Yeah, that a nice kill from CJ, but definitely we were looking at the right spot. That deny was A class. Man.
Yeah.
A class. It's not easy to make that deny either.
No, especially with Tusk pressuring you as well.
Yeah, Tusk is pressuring you. You hit for 56 damage, and the Razor has 4 armor.
Yeah.
That's a tough deny to make.
Yeah, turning a trade into just a kill.
Yeah, it was already a pretty good exchange to
Yeah.
just get the Queen of Pain in exchange for the Razor, but then to also get that deny.
Mid lane rotation from 3 and 5, but people in theory, Tanky Boy with 2 points into Dragon's Blood, and of course Timbersaw, not the most damaging laner in the world.
Yeah, we can take a look at this mid lane a little, I think, because we've been basically ignoring it. One of the problems with the Timbersaw in the mid lane is that he's not really able to get any trees in his Whirling Death.
Yeah.
Which means that
Well, there's going to be a roll in, though, actually. The nice Whirling Death actually gets a lot of damage to the Big Bun Theory, but he pops a very far to stay alive for a little bit, but the final Whirling Death's going to do him in, actually. Ko comes in, once he got a glimpse, position 3 and 5, walks out of the range. Of course, a very early level glimpse. Meanwhile, CJ finds the AA again with the help of old baby Wayne.
CJ more like DJ because he's rocking this club, walking up and knocking these guys down.
Speaking of rocking, his buddy Tiny is a rock, so we can even take this pun farther if you wanted to.
Oh my God, there's so much potential here. There's so much potential here.
Allison is done with that ogre, so he's gonna TP onto the bot lane instead. Would like to find a kill on Heil there. Heil steals up the bounty room, but takes a lot of damage, but starts draining techies up. Hill gets cold feeted. Here comes a static field. No, it's going to be taken down, but Techies going down first, so Hill is going to be able to take the experience while Techies falls farther and farther behind.
Yeah, I mean, once again, these are great trades for a Razor to be making at this stage, right? He's got the phase boots, presumably the control, and some of the damage is going to come from some of his allies, and the Queen of Pain not really able to get very much of anything done.
Yeah.
Partially because she's normally a very bottle-dependent hero, and putting her in this bottom lane means that she's not able to spam abuse that bottle as much because she's not getting as many charges from the
For
rings.
sure. Roll coming to Hill. They're not done actually crushing this, but oh, a missed shards. He's going to call an end to that aggression.
But they're ignoring the Tiny, right? And the Ancient Apparition has died several times up here. Yeah, the Omni Knight's net worth is actually pretty solid, but the Tiny's net worth is outpacing your Queen of Pain by almost like double. The DK is literally just about to become double the net worth of the Queen of Pain.
Yeah, the Queen of Pain suffering a lot from this lane swap. We were questioning, how good this was going to be. Queen of Pain, of course, their star player, and of course they had the right to believe in their star player to be able to go against a hard lane, but of course that means they could be crippling their star player as well. CJ gets found, and a nice shard is going to let this cold feet trigger, and Teki is going to be able to take that kill for himself. A great way to catch back up.
Yeah. They need to make sure that they're providing enough space for techies to catch back up, but they need to make sure that they're not fully focusing on him either, because if they do, this Timbersaw, who has basically been the star of the team in terms of the laning phase, he's been doing the best.
Yeah, so roll in actually in the mid lane. Yeah, they're going to take your advice. Not we know about the mid lane, and an easy kill going over to Allison there. But God's Gift to Woman misses the chain actually. Allison is going to go down to the toss of Old Baby Wayne. Old Baby Wayne very low, but no more mana on God's Gift to Woman to continue this dive.
You pronounce Old Baby Wayne weird. You're not super into his name. He's got the best name in the game, man. Treat him with some respect.
I would love to scream a little bit more, but right now, if you can tell, actually, I have a little bit of a sore throat right now, so it's a little bit painful. But next time, I will try to do the Old Baby Wayne. God, kill me. So Big Bun Theory, we're taking the top lane.
About a 10 out of 10 without the sore throat, but 9 out of 10.
Thank you. 37, so going up against that Dragon Knight, he's going to heal himself up. Yeah, can sustain against the Dragon Knight quite well. Of course, Dragon Knight with the Dragon Blood as well. Tusk and AA, though, relentless in this Dragon Knight. Meanwhile, Old Baby Wayne gets God's Gift to Woman top lane. A roll-in is going to be there for the Dragon Knight, and that's going to be the kill. Allison might go down here. Yeah, that's going to be at least a trade for that support here. Tower going down, taking that kill. Crow is going to be able to glimpse 37 back. He has no repel. It's on cooldown right now. 14, 3, and 5 actually walking out of here. 37 might get intercepted here by Tiny, who will toss him back over to Ku. I'm assuming no. Toss him on spot. He just needs the damage there, and he's going to be able to take him down.
And this is what we were talking about before with them ignoring the Tiny for so long, right? The Queen of Pain falls behind because the lanes were insufficient. They have to put their most technically skilled player into that lane, which means that the Queen of Pain, their most technically skilled player, is falling behind, which means they need to pull 2 heroes off to make sure that she isn't staying behind, which means the Tiny gets whatever he wants. And now that the Tiny's gotten whatever he wants, Old Baby Wayne is showing them his friend Old Baby Pain.
No. Oh, Old Baby Wayne with his Old Baby cane. Is he going to be like one of those like perverted old men? Actually takes away the bounty rune from Techies, smacking Techies' ass a little bit, but finds an actual rune there, so he gets a bottle filled. They're rolling in the mid lane. Oh, and my game crashed.
Okay, well, in the mid lane, we are going to be seeing KCY moving back behind the towers. He's being doped by both Timbersaw and the Omni Knight. Not quite able to make it, but CJ now stuck out alone with a club of his own. Queen of Pain going to blink in and contribute to that kill as well. That is a 4 hero boost. Everybody getting a little piece of the gold and the action. But meanwhile, on the top lane now, we do have Heil rotating in from their off lane. And as Dire Side Control moving forward and trying to make sure that they are able to capitalize on a tower. They will be missing the Dire Side mid tier 1 after that series of kills, but they might be able to exchange a little bit of tower damage. Maybe not. The tower goes down right as the Razor's able to push up. Does have a catapult. Able to get a couple good hits, but the TPs are probably going to be coming in here pretty soon. No! Old Baby Wayne is making a play. He's been hit with the Tusk. And he is not able to TP away, thrown into the shards, and the Queen of Pain is able to close that out. That is a killing spree ending, and 275 gold going the way of the Queen of Pain, which will really help her in her quest to catch up. She is still working toward treads, my friends, having quite a bit of trouble there. And now in the mid lane, we've got the Timbersaw moving up onto the KCY as we pass the 11-minute and 30.
Radiant Team ban.
Down, and that's also going to be dropping the Ancient Apparition. 3 for 1 as the Dragon Knight falls down, and Well Played comes out of the Old Baby Wayne.
Sorry about the technical issues, guys. My Dota crashed on me, and had to get a few things straight in order. So, how'd the fight go, by the way? Who won? Who lost? I have no idea what's going on.
I mean, Dire side walked away from that pretty happy. It was a 3-for-1 in the mid lane, plus a couple of little exchanges on the side. Overall, Dire side just narrowly coming out in terms of the net worth advantage, but they have put themselves in a pretty good position to start to take control of this mid game.
So, what is the items coming out here? So, looks like the Timber Saw is doing quite well for himself. 5,200 gold in the mid Timber Saw. Of course, Queen of Pain, we're talking about how much struggling he is. Might actually be looking to get gone on here by UBC. Meanwhile, on the top lane, there's going to be a fight onto Hill. He's going to get cold feeded up here. Yeah, the stunning comes out, and Allison is going to be able to take that with the last hit. Meanwhile, on the bottom, they find Queen of Pain. CJ is there to intercept the blink. No, they does get into night vision here. CJ taking a lot of damage to the tower, but being an ogre, he just tanks the tower and doesn't really care. Old baby Wayne trying to get in here, trying to kill the Queen, but he doesn't have his blink yet.
Yeah, and that's the one thing that he could really use to really blow this game open. However, there's not a lot that they're going to be able to do to him, and he's able to use the toss damage to knock this down extremely effectively. Not to mention the bloodlust.
Yeah, for sure. And looks like there's going to be a lot of rotation coming out into the mid lane, trying to find God's Gift to Woman. He does get tossed back into the tower range there, and the Dragon Tail follows up as well. He is very tanky, but not tanky enough for all this damage. Ko gets found by the Tusk right now. The AA Blast misses, and Tusk is going to be able to find that kill on Ko, but it is going to be taken down by the Razor. So finally, that Timber Saw getting taken down. And now they're thinking of transitioning into this tier 1 tower. Dragon form still very healthy right now, half a duration left.
And yeah, they're going to be able to utilize that really effectively. This is a team that can push, man, especially if they win a fight. You get that static link damage. You've got the tiny toss, tiny damage as well with the Bloodlust and the Dragon Knight Dragon form. If you lose a fight into this team, you will lose objectives.
Yeah, I mean, usually Dragon Knight's kind of like flowchart per se is, you know, do you have your dragon form up? Yes, go push the tower. No, go farm.
You know what? You broke up there a little bit for me, so I didn't hear your question.
Oh, no, I was just talking about, actually in the bot lane, there's going to be a rolling by pushing 3 and 5, but CJ is there to protect him a little bit. Techi's trying to do some damage, but Dragon Knight is very tanky. As you have the Sonic Wave. Sonic Wave is here to be able to take him down. The AA Blast is going to whiff yet again, 30-37, chasing down after CJ with the Degenera. Techi is going in with the Repel on him. CJ is also very tanky. Everyone's tanky on this team, but not tanky enough for that Queen of Pain. We'll be able to take him down with the final scream.
They really need to start hitting those Ice Blasts. If they don't hit those Ice Blasts, they don't win fights.
Yeah.
Like they were able to push in and get that, but only because the Dire side is so spread apart. If you know, Heil had TP'd in for that, or if old baby Wayne had TP'd in for that, that would have been a loss.
Well, there's going to be a glimpse onto a Queen of Pain. Ko going for the solo kill into the mid laner. Even though he didn't deal with damage to the Omni Knight. Omni Knight comes back in, misses the repel, but finally AA Blast lands on the Disruptor and an Urn on it. He might take down to this, but Tusk might pay the price. He's going to take him down. Yeah, the final Breathe Fire is going to be there. And Ko not going down to the AA Blast. Only level 1 on that so far.
And like I said, you know, you lose the fight against this team, you're going to lose objectives. You've got the Bloodlust onto the Dragon Knight, who has a lot of Dragon form left and no backdoor protection onto this tier 1. Really nobody to come defend it either.
Yeah. And Dragon form up right now, still half a duration left. Would love to get a few shots into this tower. Very weak right now. Only a couple of hits with that Corrosive Breath will be able to do it. And he does go there, even the tower to do so. But Techi is not willing to give this for free, goes in. Ancient Apparition, Ice Blast is coming in, lands directly onto the Big Bun Theory. That was a good one. And then Ice Vortex actually scouts out CJ as well. And he probably has no chance of getting out. Warless Punch even coming out as well. Techi's will gladly clean that up. So what's the strategy here for the Radiant? Their hero's not really known for pushing, so what's their plan for taking objectives?
Land Ice Blast, blow a hero up with Queen of Pain, slow push towers when you have no opponents left to defend against you. That's basically the whole game plan, right?
There's going to be a tiny toss into Techies. The Purification is going to help him survive for a little bit. Snowball rolling is going to be there into Tiny, but that might have been just a little bit too aggressive. Repel actually lets him walk right out of that static field there. Heil, but is not going to give up. Poison 3 and 5 is still going to pay with his life. And oh my god, Tekis, what are you doing all the way over there? It gets absolutely blown up without recourse. And now UBC wants to take this final tier 1.
So the key part of that strategy that I outlined is blowing people up, right? You can't just walk into 5 people and expect to eliminate somebody. And another hero goes down here. You need to find a person and eliminate that person. Yeah, with the repel, you were able to make that Tuskar live a lot longer than he probably should have, but that was a really questionable engagement.
So now turning it over to maybe another tower here. Dragon form is up, so they could use this to put a decent damage on here. And yeah, there's going to be the commission right there for the Dragon Knight ulti. The corrosive breath going to be doing a lot of work on this as soon as the 45 wears off. Here's the ancient apparition blast coming in, hits 3, but is there any follow-up though? There's going to be the roll in here. The poor support Ko is going to be the target of that. He's going to get taken down. The sonic wave completely whiffs here, and everyone else should get out. No, there's a blink forward from Tekis, but Heal is a very fast hero on that Razor with that phase boot. Big Bun Theory gets spotted. Tekis checks high ground again and gets blunked in by old baby Wayne. And gets absolutely blown up. But a Dragon Tail as well, an Ancient Apparition. Oh my god, they're overcommitting on these chases. Now onto the bot lane even. Poison 3 and 5. He usually is aggressor, but now CJ showing him what his club is made out of. The Frozen Sigil is trying to chase CG down, but oh my god, a toss of the Razor right onto the Tusk. He's going to be able to save himself for the time being onto that Snowball, but sacrifice himself right onto the fire of the Dragon Knight.
Oh, baby Wayne!
This action doesn't stop. Top lane, 1337, going aggressive again. U of T, why are they so aggressive? He's going to get glimpsed back easily by a Ko here. Actually, no glimpse right now. Gets the Thunder Strike up. He's going to be able to chase until the glimpse is back up, probably. He is level 4, but actually Thunder Strike drops. Nope, it's going to be enough. He comes back, and the slow is going to be there, and the stun is going to be there. The Chakram is going to come out from Timberside. Is that going to be the 37? Losing a lot of damage. Guardian Angel about to wear off any time now. Heal has a lot of damage on him. Pops his ulti. But yes, that's going to be the death of the Omni Knight. And God's gift to him. Can he get out? He's regenerating life right now. And somehow in the backlines, they find the kill onto Hill. Putting 3 and 5 turning around here with the Frozen Sigil. One more hit on the CJ will do it. And he does get taken down. Now, Ku, can he get out of this alive? Actually, in the bot lane, old baby Wayne is going to be jumping on Tekis. Misses the toss. Teki's going to be able to blink out alive.
Yeah, I don't know how that. I don't know where that repel went because I wasn't looking up there when that engagement started. But not having the repel to stop the glimpse.
Oh, there's going to be a fight in the river here, pushing 3 and 5, using the shards, and that's going to set up a very easy ice blast here. Big Bun Theory taking down to it, and final chains from God Gift to Woman. It's going to absolutely shatter him with that AA blast.
Yeah, ultimately what it comes down to is both Repel and Glimpse have an 18-second cooldown. So you should pretty much never be solo caught out by that spell, right? You've got 7 seconds to get away with Repel. Once you've seen Glimpse get used, you just wait on the full 18 seconds cast. You've got a full 25 seconds to get away. And there's really no other suns that were there for him, so.
Yeah. Old baby Wayne jumping onto Queen of Pain again. That doesn't get blown up this time. Does considerable amount of damage, however. Now the drum gets popped. UBC are rushing onto Allison. Allison gets taken down before the AA blast can even be used. The glimpse back onto the Omni Knight is going to be good. The Sonic Wave coming out, and Ku is going to be blown up with one more auto attack there. But Queen of Pain pays with her life. Hale not getting chased down with that snowball. Tried to dodge with the Manta. That doesn't work out for him. Fortune 3 and 5 though. The damage getting drawn quite a bit. 133 damage going over to Hill. God's Gift to Woman now the only survivor here for the side of Toronto. Actually, Omnia in the top actually survived that as well. God's Gift to Woman looks like he's going to be fine, but 30-7 is he going to be? No, the toss is going to finish him up, and that puts UBC right in front of the Roche Pit, and that will take this ages.
Yeah, they'll take the Aegis without any questions whatsoever. There's really not going to be any defense. I guess Queen of Pain could come in potentially and try to stop this, and I would normally say, oh, there's no defense against this, but we've seen Queen of Pain try to do more crazy things with less opportunity already this game. So she won't even be up by the time it drops. So
Yeah, the Ancient Persian Ice Blast is going to hit on 3, but without additional damage going. Oh, actually, oh my god, if that chain landed, heal was definitely that, and that Aegis would have dropped, but the Ice Blast wears off now, and they glimpse back as well to prevent the additional push. Oh man, that chain was just barely off the mark.
yep, now they're going to smoke up and immediately move in for some kills. Once they get the kills, they're going to take the mid tower. So this fight
They
has
find
to go
God's Gift to
Radiant's way,
Woman.
or-
He gets pinged out here. In the mid lane, however, pushing 3 and 5 is going to save himself for a time being with a snowball, but not for long. Allison now getting all of her damage drained, and now they're slow onto God's Gift as well. He needs to find a chain to get out of here, but the damage is so massive. He doesn't even get out of the CC, and now the mid tower probably get pressure as soon as a creeps it. Well, actually, they're very far back. Techies doing the job, cutting these waves, trying to do what she can on the Queen of Pain, while UBC is threatening the mid tower.
Yep, and there's backdoor protection, but the creeps are going to lift it right now. No more backdoor protection, and this tower's just going to drop. Queen of Pain doesn't have an ultimate. Omni Knight's ultimate doesn't really do anything right now. And things are really spiraling out of control here if you are University of Toronto.
Yeah. Queen of Pain able to do considerable damage to the bottom tower, but gotta watch out. Kuro silences him, even heal TPing in. Gonna be the TP attempt here, but the glimpse is there. Tekis, can he get out? 2 seconds left on the blink. The drum gets popped to high altura to find him. Tekis blinks to low ground, but Thunderstrike is on him. He is actually going to die. Actually, no, bottling up in between. No. The final Thunderstrike is going to be just enough to take him down.
There was no way he was getting away from that anyway. It's 3 heroes around. He didn't have a TP, and Thunderstrike gives vision. So
yeah. Mid lane pushing 3 and 5. He's very brave going over against this tiny. Ice Blast gonna come out. I think old baby Wayne sniffs that out and just backs off.
yeah, he's doing well, but he's not invincible. Plus, there's a double damage rune here waiting for him, so that's probably worth picking up.
Yeah, if towers were standing before, now they're going to be taking a huge amount of damage to this tiny.
And they're just going to move in on another lane. They're being very methodical about this. They have the Aegis, and they want to make sure that they're using it to strip every lane they possibly can. They don't want to give it up for nothing because of the amount of cognitive pressure it puts on their opponents. Their opponents aren't really able to move in and start a fight on them as long as that Aegis is available.
Yeah, so looks like there's going to be a tower trade coming out here. U of T trying to desperately take this top tower, but UBC pushing considerably faster is knocking on their high ground. Someone needs to show back up. Yeah, 2 TPs are committed here onto the bot, but they need their Timber Saw. Sonic Wave lands on a few. Ancient A Blast going to land on all 5. That's going to spell the end for Disruptor at least, very least. Razor gets silenced up by the Orchid. He's not going to be taken down by the Ice Blast. He'll finally going to lose that Aegis. Right now, old baby Wayne will get taken down here by the Timber Saw most likely very soon. Gets out down by the Chakram there. 30-37 trying to slow Heil down with that Degen aura. In the backline, CJ doesn't go down. Do they have a CC to stop the TP? No, they are not going to be able to stop the TP. So the mid lane and safe lane getting out safely here for UBC.
See, that's exactly what they needed. I said this a little bit earlier, but they just need to land an Ice Blast and a Sonic Wave and a Scream of Pain. If they do those 3 things, it's really just those 2 heroes that need to do anything.
Yeah.
If those 2 heroes execute on their ults and the Scream of Pain is there as well, they just win a fight.
Oh, Big Bun Theory gets found in his own jungle there. Yeah, and no way to get out of that one. Getting a little bit too greedy, farming on his way out. But he was farming under a Radiant Ward. Yeah, Allison with a great Ice Blast to start that fight, landing on all 5 heroes.
And they also, when the Scream, or when the, excuse me, when the Sonic Wave came in, they really should have backed off because that was their cue. That was that little miscommunication that ultimately should have told the Dire side that something else is happening here.
Yeah.
They should have split up a little bit, right? Just waited for the Ice Blast to hit and then gone back, and they absolutely would have won the fight there. But
Oh, glimpse back attempted, but a great repel save pushing 3 and 5 for now. You should think about TPing back soonish, but they're very happy taking this damage to the tier 3 here. They know they don't have the ability to take the high ground yet, but that all the damage in the tier 3 do matter for the future pushes.
If they lose any other fights, they're going to lose his tier 3. Nobody really pushes super hard in terms of tower damage, like you mentioned, from the Radiant, but Toronto are able to clear waves extremely effectively. So it doesn't matter if they lose a fight on their side of the map, because they weren't going to do sufficient tower damage without creeps anyway. And they are going to be able to push creeps from their base over the course of 40-45 seconds, absolutely.
Maybe Queen of Pain should think about transitioning into more of a right clicker towards this later phase in the game. What do you think about that?
I don't think that really does anything for her right now. She just needs to be able to defend herself against all of the crowd control.
Yeah, it's going for that BKB.
And honestly, if you're this disruptor, you're considering an Ags, because muting against this team would be really, really, really effective.
Yeah.
Right, like Queen of Pain, locking Queen of Pain into a static storm indefinitely until the end of the static storm and giving her no options for escape is really devastating.
So going to a little bit lull here, while I'm assuming teams are waiting for the next Roshan to spawn to get an objective.
These guys are going to collapse onto the top tower any second here for the Dire side. They still have an outer tier tower to take. They know that they'll take a heads up fight if they get it on a fair, even footing. And they just want to make sure that they're taking a fight with creeps pushed out in every lane, and they want to make sure they're taking a fight with the Ancient Apparition nearby so that he can't get that big, huge splash zone. As soon as they see this Queen of Pain missing, I would be very surprised if Tiny doesn't blink in and try to make something happen. And Queen of Pain just showed herself, so this is the moment that I'd expect a smoke or a move or something.
Actually, instead, Tiny just goes back bottom. They're deciding to play it safe here, even with the Arcane Rune on the Dragon Knight. Actually, there is a smoke. 4-man smoke here. It's going to be a 4v4 engagement here. Pushing 3 to 5 is going to be the unlucky victim of this, at least for now. Can he snowball himself? No. The stun is there perfectly timed.
Yeah, very nice non-stacking of those chain stuns. And there's really just not a lot that could be done there. 62 seconds without the Tusk. You got to keep in mind, Tusk is pretty much their whole control.
Yeah.
They don't have any sort... They have a little bit of save from the Omni Knight, especially if he's outside the static storm. He can let somebody walk out of it. But they don't have any ability to control fights without that Tusk around.
So we knew that Timbersaw was going to have a pretty good game here, especially going against 3 strength heroes. And his network does show that right now. 1,500 gold for him. What item would you like to see on him next?
Well, let's take a look at what he's got. He's got the Shivas up. He's got the Bloodstone up. He's got the Hooded Defiance up. Presumably he's going to go into Boots of Travel next. Maybe Greaves, because he's running out of slots, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
I guess he could go into something along the lines of, you know, he could move into a little bit more control with his sheep stick if he has that kind of around. His team really needs it, but right now he needs to be able to have a slot for his boots, and he needs to have a slot for his Scroll of Town Portal. So he can't get his next item until he gets Boots of Travel, or at least not reliably. He can keep the Scroll of Town Portal in his backpack.
Yeah.
It's always better to have it so it doesn't have to cool down. And so it's cooling, or so it doesn't have to have the backpack cooldown, and also so that you don't have to have it cool down at half speed or whatever.
So UBC gathering up again, both teams gathering up. They both know this next fight could make or break big part of the game here, especially the high ground pushes are going to be involved in the next team fight. So both teams making sure that they can take on the ground that their advantage is on. Actually, Fine Coup trying to clear wards here. Big Bun Theory gets found, gets Whirling Death, and the Whirl is punched up. He's going to go down to this Ice Blast. And yeah, that's going to send UBC routing, and that means they will be able to take this tower really easily in the top lane. And they might even think about transitioning into this tier 3. Roshan is up now.
They have to lean into it. They have to lean into the tier 3. They probably won't be able to take it, but...
They're going to mid here, considering that it's only a 300 health. There's a 45 finally coming out. Heil coming in from the back lines, pushing 3 and 5 in the wrong spot at the wrong time. Snowballs up, actually rolls right back into Old Baby Wayne, but they don't have any detection right now. Repel trying to save them for now. Good Guardian Angel hits on all 5. Sonic Wave hits on Heil. Heil taking a lot of damage. He does back up though. This tower still remaining standing. No one taking any damage to it. Meanwhile, on the top lane, God's Gift to one trying to do some damage. Old baby away trying to take down Tekis. Tekis does blink out in time. The snowball aggressively onto Heil. Heil's going to pop his BKB and take down the Tusk, no problem. God's Gift to woman, now the one in trouble. He's trying to get out here with all his armor. Bypasses that static arena with his chain, and Heil's just going to ignore him and go after the squishy ancient apparition. 30-37 now in danger, but God's Gift to woman is trying to save them. Heil is a very fast hero, getting out there. Big Bun Theory finally is back, tries to get in here, Shadow Blade, but the Repel is going to get himself out safely with the TP. God's Gift to Woman now getting gone on. He has lost all of his stacks, and that means he's a very easy target. That Centaur doing a little 5-man ravage there as a little celebration.
So there's a couple of reasons why they should have just leaned into the top tower instead of trying to go for that bottom tower. The primary reason is they have creep wave, and this is not a team that does a lot of tower damage. Even though this mid tower was so low, they don't really have the heroes to take it quickly, right? They're still going to need to be there for 4 or 5 seconds in order to do it. None of their heroes really do that. But also, we're going to see a little bit of an engagement here.
Yeah, Ko actually ain't gone on. Tekis has a repel, so he can't really do anything against it. But Tekis overextending himself a little bit. He pops his BKB as well. That'll let him blink out for now. 1 more second until the blink for him is completed. But blink on Tiny probably coming up very soon as well. They're trying to find him within the trees. The plasma field is a vision they need. Meanwhile, Big Bun Theory going after Tusk with that DD on him. God's Gift to Woman is trying to go in, but Dragon Knight pops his BKB right now. Purification doesn't do any damage to him, and God's Gift to Woman is trying to damage to CJ instead while the BKB is ticking down. There's going to be a good stun on portion 3 and 5, but Omni Knight does get taken down. Dragon Knight gets taken down in response. General True Sight gets dropped, and Ultra Kill going over to Heil, and God's Gift to Woman, the lone survivor, he's just going to be pushing out the top by himself.
Yeah, so I'm going to go back to this point real quick. Well, we might have another fight here. Where God's Gift to Woman is being flanked on 2 sides. He will see the Ogre Magi and should be able to get away. Yeah, okay. So, and he ended up going for... No, he had that one dagger already. All right, so a couple of reasons why. The first reason why is they had the creeps for the damage, but the other reason why is because Tiny cannot land a toss avalanche combo.
Glimpse onto God's Gift to Woman. Yeah, he does actually end up getting found here, trying to get away from them, but can't get away from them too long. Actually, does chain out quite effectively, but is it going to be enough? The answer is probably no here. Hill lands on top of his head, Mario Bros style, and takes him out.
Yeah, so back to my point, right, that the Queen of Pain just dies in that combo, the Avalanche Toss combo, if he's able to land it reliably. That's pretty much all, if not all of her HP. But if you're in a mix of creeps, you can't land that reliably as a Tiny. It just grabs whatever is closest to you to throw, which means that you're very unlikely in a group of 15, 16 creeps of both sides, plus a bunch of heroes, to be able to guarantee that you're going to toss that Queen of Pain up. If you can't guarantee you're going to toss that Queen of Pain up, that fight goes completely differently. She survives long enough to blink out, turn around, throw her Sonic Wave with the AA Blast. Then the Timber Saw's coming in for cleanup and a little bit of control. The Omni Knight heals the Queen of Pain, and then she's able to blink back in and Scream of Pain. So, moving into that mid lane, yeah, they did end up getting the mid tower just now, just recently, not even from that push. Just because creeps ended up walking up to it and finishing it off. But they would have almost certainly gotten the top tower if they stayed there, and they might have won that fight and taken Arax as well. Yeah.
But somehow, twist of fate there with Allison landing that great Ice Blast. Toronto actually gets the space to be able to take this Roshan. A just going over to God's Gift to Woman, and she's going over to Queen of Pain. The fight about to break out here. Tekis blinks aggressively onto the high ground. It has a BKB, lands a 3-man Sonic Wave. Ice Blast coming through as well. Ko getting the first victim of this fight. Next followed by the Ogre Magi. Now they're trying to find Big Bun Theory. He is invisible right now. Do they have any detection? Both heroes invisible. Yeah, they're going to go on to Queen of Pain. She has a cheat. She can pop it. Yes, she does. Barely. Only 100 health left. Old baby Wayne now is the one that's going to be taken down. Cold feet up and going to get taken down. So much heartbreak there. Barely not being able to take out Tekis. Now Toronto in a commanding position to take a lead.
They don't have that. Just before that fight, every single one of them bought out. Not one of them has buyback. So this is that Rax for sure. Why are they chasing this Razor?
Yeah, this might be a good idea, but at least they'll find the kill. He has a buyback at the very least, but their team is not very good at pushing lanes. And now the backdoor protection is online, so not doing any damage. So a lot of time being made here by that Razor. The middle tower gets taken down, middle racks, excuse me. The top tower only one hit from being taken down. This looks like it's going to be a 2 set of racks at the very least here. Support's coming up in 10 seconds, but I'm not sure if they have enough to be able to stop all 5 from University of Toronto. There goes the melee racks and the range racks soon to follow. We'll see what Toronto wants to do after.
With an Ogre Magi bloodlusting a Tiny, 2 waves of megas, or excuse me, of supers, isn't even that big of a deal, to be honest.
Yeah.
A Tiny with tree is going to be able to push that no problem.
So looks like they do decide to go for the tier 3 race. They stay around. The Fortify is now off cooldown for UBC and they pop it. They're waiting for a Tiny to come back alive. Dragon Knight has come back alive. Now there's a buyout for Razor. They might want to consider retreating here. The blink out is going to be there for the Queen of Pain. God's Gift to Woman is very tanky. Still has the Aegis on him. The Ice Blast is coming in. Lands on Big Bun Theory. That's a good target for it. Tech is going on Ku in the backlines. Meanwhile, God's Gift to Woman taking a huge amount of damage. Remember, he still has the Aegis. Blink in from Tech is going to find the Ku. God's Gift to Woman still staying alive somehow. Finally pops a BKB. Allison 30-37 very low in the backline. Techie uses a Sonic Wave, is going to get taken down. The Dragon Knight pays for it. Poison 3 and 5 now gets taken by the heal. God's Gift to Woman now trying to get out. The chain is going to be at 1337, barely gets arrived. One last hit from being taken down. God's Gift to Woman, can he get out alive? He usually can't get out alive in these situations in the last few times. These heroes are too fast, too mobile, and the control is going to be there. So that is for one buyback on the Heil. They do manage to find 4 kills there. Only about a 1.5k gold exchange though, losing still 2 racks, but they do still save the bottom tier 3.
Yeah, in a game this close and this back and forth, the gold exchange doesn't really matter that much. Other than it provides buybacks, you're not really hurting on items for any of these heroes. Like even the Ogre Magi, you know, has a Glimmer Cape and a Force Staff and an Urn of Shadows. He's fine for this stage of the game. Something to keep in mind about putting an Aegis onto a Timber Saw is that when he responds, he does not have any reactive armor stacks, and he usually gets those stacks by taking damage from creeps and towers that don't damage him very successfully. But if he spawns without any creeps around him in a pile of opponent heroes, he's going to die a lot more quickly the second time than he did the first time.
And the response from UBC is pretty just and swift here. The middle racks gets taken down in no time. U of T might lack tower pushing potential, but surely UBC does not.
Yeah.
And even an Egg Scepter on Heil as well. Not yet, but he's thinking about it, which will make his tower push even better.
Oh, Baby Wayne is going to try to knock down the shrine as well. And
he does a lot of damage. Oh, he has a heart on that as well.
Yeah, he does a lot of damage. Tiny is very good at pushing. He didn't even have the Bloodlust there. To be honest, if he had Bloodlust there, he probably would have been able to take that.
Yeah. He does blink as soon as the tree loses all of his charges. He is level 25 as well. He takes a minus 12 second avalanche cooldown, which puts it to the 5 second cooldown. That is pretty nuts.
Invisibility rune here. Unfortunately, though, there is a gem on the disruptor, so probably not actually that useful. Even so, you take it. You kind of scout around with it as much as you can. See what you can see.
Smoke coming out from Toronto. Ooh, Timbersaw took a plus 8% whirling death attribute reduction, which is really good in this game.
Yeah, that is really good. I have a feeling that this is not going to go the way University of Toronto want it to go. They're going to get themselves in too deep. They're going to get blinked on. Their AA is going to miss an Ice Blast because he overshoots it a little bit. And they're going to... Okay, good. They're backing off. Yeah. They just have not historically been really good at these choke point fights as a team. They do much better on the defensive than they do on the offensive.
Yeah, they're trying to take the shrines now. And maybe they should wait for the Roshan before they go take something as aggressive as a high ground put.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know that they necessarily have that luxury.
Right.
What they can try to do is try to bait one of their opponents out of the base and farm up and get buybacks available in terms of net worth. But, you know, you have Timbersaw's buyback is on cooldown for another minute. And everybody else has it except Queen of Pain. So probably just wait for the Queen of Pain to get buyback before you do anything. Because if you lose a fight right now and Queen of Pain isn't up, I don't think you can stop that push with just the Timber, as manly man as he is.
And Queen of Pain would also love to hit the level 25 herself. She has some really good talents lined up for her. She has the Screen of Pain, gives 1.5 second fear, or gets the 20-second Lincolns on herself.
Worthy tribute.
A 20-second Lincolns would be pretty good.
Yeah.
But I don't know that the fear really does that much for them. They do need some control, but you really want to be able to control where your opponents are. You don't want them all spreading apart from each other, because that's going to make it more difficult for you to land those ice blasts, those ice shards, all that sort of stuff. But the spell block, to be able to stop a glimpse, is just huge. Or a thunder strike, even that provides vision, right? If you can block that thunder strike at range, you probably live where you otherwise die, especially if your BKB is on cooldown.
That even also stacks with Lincolns, although I don't think Tech is going to go for 2 Lincolns in this game. But
no, there aren't that many targeted spells that are vital to block, and there are several targeted spells to lift the Lincolns. You just basically want one to be available if you're trying to run away from that disruptor. He's the only one that has a targeted spell that you're really, really worried about lifting. You know, maybe you even go for the fear as I talk. Maybe you go for the fear in this, but I foresee that fear catching your Ancient Apparition off guard, and then the Ancient Apparition misses a vital ultimate and you lose the game, right?
Yeah. Good vision here from UBC. This one observer, we're doing a lot of work here for them, scouting out every single of the Toronto heroes. Big Bun Theory waiting in the Roshan pit, seeing it respawning me anytime soon. Actually, it's a very quick respawn time. 25 seconds left on that. Big Bun Theory, Shadow Blade ends. Oh, they actually hear it. It pops the dust right now. They're actually going for the fight. There's going to be 2-man Ice Blast and 2-man Static Storm as well, with a Sonic Wave to follow up. But the BKB from the core of the UBC is there. They are losing a lot of people from both sides here. Omni Knight decides to buy back. Allison gets clubbed down by the Tiny. God's Gift to Woman finds Big Bun Theory, but is probably going to take him down. No, actually does use a chain to get out. CJ is going to be right click down by Techies. Techie now wants to find old baby Wayne here. 1337 is trying to run to him as fast as they can. There is a regeneration rune, but it's going to cancel very soon there by the Shadow Strike. Do they have detection? I don't think either of these heroes have detection. No, there's a gem actually on Techie, so they do see him right now. Actually decides to go for Big Bun Theory instead. Both these are very hard to kill, but God's Gift to Woman should be able to destroy this Tiny with his Whirling Death. No problem there for him. So actually turning that fight around, which looked kind of bad to start there with those buybacks.
They did spend some buybacks. You don't really want to spend your buybacks that way, but if they're able to capitalize on it here, that's fine. Just a quick heads up. Once that Tiny walked into the shop, the Shadow Strike was canceling his Blink Dagger before he could use it. But the shop makes it so that he can move the Blink Dagger into the backpack. And so that you wait for a tick of damage and then you move it back so that it is completely cooled off. That Tiny absolutely could have lived there. He had the opportunity, but it is a pretty heads-up play to do what I'm describing.
Now the Tier 3 gets taken down, and in response, UBC buys back on all of their heroes. And now they take it on the Ancient Apparition. Can they find more? They would love to find more. Omni's Repel is still on cooldown, so he cannot TP out even if he wanted to. And they will find 2 kills with those buybacks. So that is 3 buybacks spent on UBC so far on Dragon Knight. And I believe... Let me just get the buyback status out here for you. So people without buybacks right now is AA, Omni Knight, Ogre Magi, Dragon Knight, and Tiny.
Wait, what? No, it's Tuskar, Queen of Pain, Timbersaw, and Razor. Everybody else used buyback except the Disruptor who can't afford it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Those are the people who doesn't have buyback available.
I see. You went for the negative space.
Yeah.
Ah. It's
Techies,
like, I'm looking at the vase, but you're seeing 2 people kissing. It's, interesting.
Into the base, UBC goes though. They do want to take an objective of their own, and Razor Agnum is going to do a lot of work here for the tower. For the fight that's come out, Potion 3 and 5 is rolling in. Could take a huge amount of damage. He's going to shatter to the Ice Blast. Now, Big Bun Theory trying to do a lot of damage. He can. Potion 3 and 5 doesn't last very long. Techie is now going after the Ogre Magi. Ogre Magi gets taken down. Techie is getting right clicked by Big Bun Theory, but he doesn't do too much damage against the Queen of Pain. He Shadow Blades and gets out.
I mean,
Gem
Tiny
is on the
wasn't even
Techie
there
still.
for that fight.
Yeah.
And he has no mana. He's going to move in anyway. They're going
And
to try
speaking
to
of buybacks, Raider even buys buyback as well. Now Tiny getting gone on. He has a lot of damage. Ancient Apparition Ice Blast can completely whiff this time. Do they have to... No, they have no CC to stop Big Bun Theory from TPing out. Now, old baby Wayne, the target, if they can find it. Techie's still looking. But it isn't going to 5-bill to find them.
Old baby Wayne and his turkey sidekick getting gone here on the ridge.
So, update on the buyback situation. We have only Techie's Queen and Disruptor with available buybacks. And everyone else is on cooldown. Not even money. Just on cooldown.
Yeah. And that's really ultimately what's so dangerous here right now, is that there is no potential for buyback for a lot of these players, even with more money. So this Aegis is really, really important.
Yeah, who do you
For
give the
that.
refresher shard to? Is it going to be the Queen of Pain or the AA, maybe the Omni Knight?
Well, let's take a look at their inventories. Queen of Pain is going to take... Yeah, Queen of Pain can take it, absolutely.
Yeah, double Sonic Wave is pretty damn good.
I mean, she's got the inventory slots for it.
Aegis goes over to Omni Knight. Cheese and refresher shard both go over to the Queen of Pain.
She's going to switch the cheese in instead of the Void Stone in a second as well, I assume.
Yeah.
Now, it's not great for her to not have that Veil of Discord up. It is a pretty decent little addition to their damage, but you know, she'll presumably use that refresher shard just to open the fight with double Sonic Wave and then move the Veil of Discord in to finish the fight off.
So as you said, Queen of Pain did decide to go for the Lincoln's talent there. Has a spell block passive up. Is there any other interesting talents coming out? He'll take the Unstable Current talent on the Razor, using that cooldown. Still no 25 on Big Bun. Now, onto the high ground they go. Old baby Wayne is trying to go on Allison, but the Guardian Angel is there to protect them. The Ice Blast coming out as well, but Hill is absorbing a lot of damage here away from 37. There is the Sonic Wave coming out. Queen of Pain now under a lot of trouble. Eats the cheese and actually used both of the Sonic Wave already. He's not going on to Hill. He's very tanky. So actually gets out. The first person that actually finally goes down, Dragon Knight gets taken down, and Poison to 5 finds a Razor as well. And actually, you of Toronto have done it. They have done the impossible. They have taken down the Unstoppable Titans, and UBC tasting their first defeat of the season here.
Yeah, so what happened with that refresher shard is they ended up trading it off to the Omni Knight for the double ultimate, but one of those they basically didn't use. So I don't think they took any damage at all in one of them or blocked any damage at all, but still, they ended up deciding that it was of higher priority to make sure that they had the maximum damage potential and the heal potential on the Queen of Pain, and they just kind of gave the refresher shard over to the Omni Knight because that's the next best person to put it on.
For sure. I mean, oh, Omni also had Aghanim Scepter. Oh, I didn't even realize. Oh, the last time I checked, he didn't have it. He must have bought it out right after the Roshan fight. That's crazy. Yeah, no, Aghanim's Guardian Angel is no joke. Even 2 repels as well.
Yeah, I mean, once again, I don't think they even used one of those very significantly. Like, they might have blocked a little bit of damage on the Queen of Pain, who was kind of out front, but for the most part, it didn't really provide too much. And that Ags on the Omni, that did come out like literally at the same time as the Aegis did.
Yeah.
So it was a reveal. Anyway, that's like you said, Titans down. Good job, University of Toronto. That there were some lulzy moments from both teams throughout that series, but ultimately, University of Toronto did demonstrate that they had the wherewithal to stop the bleeding before it, got out of hand.
So that knocks down British Columbia to the same score as University of Toronto now. Both of the teams only facing 1 defeat so far. And we'll see. I mean, we're definitely going to see both these teams in the playoffs. We'll see if they can get a run back in the playoffs. That'll be a really hype match to cast.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to seeing that, and looking forward to coming back next week and seeing some more CSL action. Thanks for having me, Golgi.
Yeah, no problem. If you guys want to follow any of us, you can follow Gorgon right over there. You can see his tag right under his beautiful face at the Wonder Cow. If you want to follow me, I'm at JT Golgiap. You can follow also C Star League and College of Dota if you want more updates so you don't miss any of our games. For Discord, you can type exclamation Discord in the chat. Facebook, you can follow us on C Star League as well. And of course, thanks to Twitch, you guys can follow Twitch on twitter.com/Twitch and facebook.com/Twitch as well. And we'll be having another game coming up pretty shortly here, so don't go anywhere. I don't know who's casting that. It might be me, but I know it might be Wiv, it might be Carlton. I know Carlton's gonna be there for sure, so I know you guys like him. So stick around for that. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time.